Disrespect does not always look like insults. Sometimes you cannot explain it right away. You just feel something is off. Maybe a boundary is being crossed. You feel dismissed in the conversation. You feel overlooked. And because it is not obvious, you tell yourself, well, it's not that serious. And that is where most people stay too long. You see, I want to help you see this disrespect clearly. Because once you recognize disrespect early, you actually stop excusing it. And you actually start protecting yourself. So today in this video, I'm going to walk you through the subtle ways people show they do not respect you. And by the end of this video, you will know when it's time to stop explaining yourself and start creating some distance. So let's get started. Part number one, it starts small. You see, disrespect rarely starts big. It starts in small behaviors or repeated patterns, things you can easily brush off. But over time, those small moments actually start to add up. And here's the key. Disrespect does not just come in the form of insults. It can come as a lack of regard for your voice, a lack of regard for your time, a lack of regard for your boundaries. And instead of waiting for a big moment, ask yourself these questions. Do I keep feeling dismissed? Do I keep feeling unseen? Because those patterns will actually tell you the truth. Part number two, ignoring your voice. You see, one of the clearest signs of disrespect is this. What actually happens when you speak? Do they listen or do they interrupt? Do they stay present in the conversation or suddenly just get distracted? Do conversations feel like understanding or competition? When someone consistently ignores your voice, they are showing you something. They are actually showing you your place in their mind. So stop over-explaining yourself to people who are actually not trying to understand you. Part number three, taking credit. Some people will not ignore your voice. They'll actually use it because you say something, it gets overlooked, and then later they repeat it. And now suddenly, because they have repeated it, it matters. This is not confusion at all. It's not an example of confusion. This is actually erasure. It makes you feel invisible. And when it happens, you need to recognize it clearly. And if needed, calmly restate your contribution. But more importantly, be careful in this. Be mindful of who you share your ideas with. Part number five, how they react to boundaries. So you may want to know who actually respects you. Well, watch how they respond when you say no. Anyone can seem respectful when they have full access to you. But when you set a boundary, their reaction tells the truth. Do they respect it or do they push back? Do they mock it? Do they act offended? This is not about the boundary. This is actually about control. You do not need to over-explain your limits. Their reaction is actually giving you information. Part number five, repeated behavior is a choice. So if you have said something more than once, it is no longer confusion. It is a choice. If someone continually keeps interrupting you after you ask them not to, if they keep crossing lines, but yet they're calling it a joke, this is not forgetfulness. That is a pattern of behavior. So stop minimizing patterns. At some point, you have to move from explaining to creating consequences. Part number 6, entitlement. That is a huge one because disrespect will show up in entitlement. Some people feel entitled to your time, your energy, and entitled to your access. They call when they need something and then they disappear afterwards. Or they rush you but expect patience for themselves. Ask yourself this question: do they value me? Or do they only value what I provide? Because there is a difference. Part number 7, jokes and subtle put-downs. Sometimes disrespect actually hides behind humor. It's just a joke, someone may say, or I'm just being honest. But if the joke actually lowers you, if it makes you feel small, if it puts you in comparison to others, that is not humor. That is actually disrespect. Judge behavior by its impact, not the excuse that has been attached to it. Part number 8, when they change after you pull away. Here's actually where people may get confused. Once you pull away, they often change. How this happens is when you pull away, for some reason they become nicer. They become more attentive, or maybe they actually become more respectful. And you start thinking this, maybe it's different now. But I want to give you a word of caution. Be careful, because sometimes that is not respect. That is a reaction to losing access to you. So watch for consistency, not temporary behavior. Disrespect does not always come in the form of loud. Sometimes it looks exactly like this: being ignored, being interrupted, being used, being rushed, and being mocked. And pulling away is not punishment. It is actually self-respect. Now, recognizing disrespect is one thing, but communicating your boundaries clearly is the next step, especially in professional environments. So if you want to learn how to communicate with confidence in those moments, I want to encourage you to go watch my video, 5 Rules for Communicating Effectively with Executives. And before you actually leave this video, tell me in the comments, which is important to me, which part of this stood out to you the most. And if you want more content like this, hit the subscribe button. As we serve together, Dr. Jeff.